guys, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be making an ultra modern hat box. Now this one's really exciting because my customer basically wanted me to base the bouquet or the hat box arrangement on a jumper that his partner absolutely loves. So as you just saw, the jumper was like a greyish silvery colour with like electric pink and orange. So I just thought I will do the hat box according to that and make it as over the top and ultra modern as possible. So let me show you the flowers that we are using. So I've got 2 white hydrangeas and sprayed them with floral spray paint, which I'll show you in a minute. 1 orange, 1 ultra sort of fuchsia pink colour. I then got some orange Bunnytails. I've got some units of dried ruscus, which actually came this colour, so it's perfect, and I will wire those and show you how I do those. Then we've got some dried palm spear, which comes natural, but I basically just sprayed the outside pink, the middle orange, and the middle grey silver colour, so it matches the colour palette amazingly. I then sprayed some bark, fuchsia pink as well. Got my Pampas, sprayed that orange. I've got a couple of lilies because he wanted lilies in there as well. I've got 3 orange roses. I've got 3 darker coloured pink roses to match perfectly. Then I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to spray the foliage the grey colour as well because I just want it to just be so over the top. So I sprayed my Thelaspi silvery grey. I sprayed my leather leaf silvery grey and my Monsera leaf silvery grey. So the colour palette matches perfectly. And now I'll show you how I sprayed everything. I sprayed the Pampas orange. Also one of the hydrangeas. Sprayed the other 2 hydrangeas in the Oasis spray in fuchsia. And the bark fuchsia. With the foliage, I sprayed this with Oasis again, brilliant silver. So I've got my Thelaspi here. Just gonna layer this with the silver paint. And then also with our 2 pieces of leather leaf also. Our Monsera leaf, I'm just giving this a second coat. So doing these sorts of arrangements isn't a walk in the park. You can't just grab and go, so this takes time. Even spraying the flowers, you have to wait for them to dry properly. And then you've got things to wire as well, but it is so worth it. So make sure that you take into consideration that time that you need. So with the ruscus units I showed you earlier, I am going to wire these. So I'm going to put 2 units together like this, just at the bottom. Then I'll get my 50cm floral wire. And just like we always do to wire things, we make a hook, put them at the bottom of the stem, and then just wrap around like this. And then we can cut the wire accordingly to the size that we want it in the arrangement, but that's nice and steady. And then they can poke up for some extra drama in the hat box. So I'll just show you one more time. So grab our wire, make a hook, put it at the end of the 2 unit stems like this, and then just wrap. And then I'm going to do that for the next one. Now I'm going to show you the hat box that I'll be using and the soaked Oasis that we need to put in there. I'll put some cellophane into the box as well to even add more drama, so I'll show you that as well. So with the hat boxes I use, I get them from a wholesaler and they just come in a clear bag like this. And then you basically open it and it's like one of those Russian dolls. They get smaller and smaller. So you get 3 sizes in one. So I use that for my small and then these 2 for my large arrangements. Now this one that I'm doing in particular is £65, so that's going to go in the largest hat box. So we can get rid of those and use them for another order. I have then got some electric pink cellophane. Now this is duo matte, which basically just means that it's a matte cellophane and it's got 2 colours on there. So this is absolutely brilliant for this one. I know some of you that are watching right now are going to criticise me for using grey and pink because of the colour wheel. Well, guess what? I don't use the colour wheel. I just do whatever I want to do. I've got a modern style of floristry and that's how I run my business, and it's what's made my business successful. So yeah, just be your own person, have your own style, who cares? As long as your customers are happy and as long as your business is healthy, that's absolutely fine. You do not have to follow the crowd. So anyway, get my scissors, pop that out of the way for a minute. This one's got a little tear on it, so I'm just gonna make sure that it's all nice and equal. Throw this in the invisible bin. I'm going to cut a square out of here. So just a square, so 2 rectangles. So when we normally wrap a bouquet, I tell you to wrap it in rectangles. But this time we're going to put a square into the hat box. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. Then we've got our square. I want the bright pink to be showing the most. So I'm going to put my hand in the middle of the cellophane, like this. I'm going to grab my hat box and put my hand straight in there, okay? Then I'm just going to sort of pleat it outwards like so. So there we go. That is what our arrangement is going to be sat in. When all my flowers are in there, I will trim it down so it looks perfectly in proportion to the arrangement when it's done. But first, we need to properly soak our Oasis. Okay, so we're going to need 2 blocks of floral foam. This brand is Crystal. It's really good. The Oasis one is better. So let's go and soak those properly. And then we just need to wait 90 seconds for them to soak. Otherwise the middles aren't going to be soaked and our flowers are going to die. So make sure you wait 90 seconds for them to soak and we're all good. Here is our thoroughly soaked Oasis. So what I do, if you can see on your floral block, it's got lines. So there's a line here and a line there. What I basically do, I cut that line like so, just put that over there, and then basically sear the edges down. So that will be the perfect size to fit into the large hat box. So you just basically just put it into the hat box and it sits nicely in there. Then you do it again with the second one. Cut the edge at the first quarter, or the first third, sorry. I should know that because I play netball. Then just sear the ends like this, and then you just put it on top of that one, and then it will look like this. So that is a perfect height. Because this is a front-facing arrangement, I put you on a pedestal on top of the pedestal so you can see me working from the front basically. So I'm going to come round and show you exactly what I do. Sorry if this isn't like very aesthetically pleasing. I'm probably going to have to crouch down on my knees so you can see me. But first of all, I was going to start off with my Monsera leaf. So I'm going to cut it to about here. And then I'm just going to insert this into the side here. Okay? Then I will get my dried palm spear. Cut it at the bottom. You want this to be quite long, so just keep it about that long. I'm going to pop it here. Insert it into the Oasis so it's nice and secure. Oh. Then I'm going to get my Pampas, shake it a bit so it gets nice and fluffy because it has been sprayed. Just cut that to about here as well so it sticks out and gives the drama. So just into here like so. Then I will add in my foliage, well, my leatherleaf fern that I've sprayed a gold silvery, a grey silvery colour. I'm going to put one on the side here and then one at the back here. So as you can see, I'm doing all the outer layer first. I've then got my bark. Just cut the excess bits off here. Cut that down. I'm going to put one of them here again on the outside of the arrangement. And then I'm going to copy this on the other side. Just make sure everything is in the Oasis securely and everything's got a water source and you're all good. Then I might put another shorter piece round the front here. So it's like electrified. I've then got my Thelaspi here and I'm going to cover the middle with this. So just into the middle, it doesn't particularly matter where you're putting it. Just put it all the way around the middle. And remember guys, trust the process. I know it is looking a bit grey at the moment, but it's not going to because we're going to add all that splash of colour. You don't necessarily have to use all the foliage that you've got. Just put one there. And then some around the front so you can't really see the Oasis or any floral foam that you're using. Okay, then we're going to add our biggest flower in there, which is our hydrangea. So I would say cut it down about that much. Make sure you give it a good snip, 45-degree angle so it can get all the water it needs. I'm going to put one here and then the pink one down here. Make sure, I can't stress enough how much it needs to go into the Oasis, okay? Then we've got our lilies. I'm going to put these near the back because they're more of a linear flower. So front facing arrangements, it's bigger at the back and then comes smaller down the front. So your most linear flowers and your most like longer stems are going to go at the back. Put one there. Then we've just got our roses to fill in the gaps here and here. So, going to put a rose here. And make sure they're in a sort of triangle shape when you do it, because then they can evenly be like spread out. So pink one, orange one here, and then I'm going to put an orange one here. Now these roses are in bud because they're fresh this morning, so they will open up, so don't worry. Then we're going to do exactly the same at the back in the triangle. So one here, one here, and then one here. So as you can see, triangle, triangle, and then the hydrangeas are going around the front and everything else is exploding out. Then I've got some of these, and these are going to come in handy because they're going to cover the gaps that we've got in between the roses. So I'm going to cut that down, put one there, and one here. Just nicely filling up the gaps, and then I will put one at the back here as well. Then don't forget we've got our Bunnytails as well to fill in any other of the gaps. So I'm just going to get them individually and just sort of arrange them nicely around. Doesn't particularly matter where you go in, I just like it because it looks like the arrangement is coming alive and coming towards you. So if you do them individually, it really gives that nice sort of effect. Okay, brill. Now all the bunny tails are in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down the cellophane. So I'm going to start from the back. So you can just trim it down by scoring it. Like so. And then you come down the edges as well. This is the tricky part because it's got like little creases in it, so you have to go down one half and then the other half as well. I'll come down the front. Yeah, you can still see. I'm gonna cut into the other half and then do this side as well. Then I might cut some of the front down as well. Just so the flowers are having the most impact. And then the cellophane's just sort of there to help. Okay, brilliant. And then what I normally do, I normally add a bow here just to add that extra bit of drop. So I'm just going to use some orange webbed ribbon here, and then I basically just make a fold here and then go round in sort of figure of 8. I'll drop that to the floor so it's easier. Like so, do about 4 loops on each side. Grab your scissors, cut off the excess. Then we need to tie it, so I'm going to get a couple of lengths of that. Just cut it down and then go through the middle. And then just tie it off at the back. Just do a couple of knots. And then I'm going to use a wire to then just put that through the back of the bow to secure it. It's pretty easy, well, most of the time, to do it on webbed ribbon because it's got little holes in it. There we go, got it. Make a hook. And then tie it nice and tightly around, like so. I'm just going to cut off the excess wire, and then I'm just going to put it into the arrangement. There we go, and then just fluff it out a little bit.
And here she is, all in her glory. Look how much detail is in that.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this video was super duper helpful. If it was, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to send us a DM on Instagram. It's at Gems Floral Studio with the J, and we will get back to you. And we will see you in the next one.